the Good morning. This is an opportunity to honor the medicine of countless generations, millennia of Ni lineage ancestors who have passed down tools for harmony and equilibrium through countless obstacles. I completed level 1 of the International Taoist Meditation Institute, which is a place to deepen understanding of the Ni lineage contemplative practices. And my favorite, what I chose, is Embodying I Ching. So these are the 8 trigrams. I'm going to put them even in front of my face so maybe you can see. They're so beautiful. And this practice is an invitation to connect to what are sometimes called the 8 great manifestations. The I Ching is an ancient primordial oracle. Ooh, maybe if I go here. So this is the Ni lineage text, the Book of Changes and the Unchanging Truth. And you might be more familiar with yin and yang. It's a concept that has made its way out of China. And these 8 manifestations we're going to connect to. The broken line is yin, and the connected, unbroken line is yang. We will be meditating to connect to each of these beautiful energies, which, did you know, there's a mirror in the center of this. These 8 great energies are in all of nature. They're in our bodies, and they're in the cosmos. There's an integration, an integral way practice. So I'm excited to invite you into that. And I encourage you on your own to get to know the beautiful hexagrams, which are formed from these trigrams in the I Ching. They are just boundlessly wise and have been guiding human beings for millennia. In our practice, please make yourself comfortable. And I actually want to acknowledge, since ancestry is such a key part of the Ni lineage tradition that has been passed on for millennia, that like my own literal blood ancestors, my parents, are here. So I'm thankful to them for their presence in this beautiful intergenerational experience that I get to be a part of. We'll get into the practice soon. And I just want to address some self-care practices. Meditation is a wonderful tool, but there's also some information, some data that mindfulness can sometimes be activating for trauma survivors, right? So if the practice ever doesn't feel good, you are so invited to open your eyes and take a step back and do whatever you need to do. And that in itself will be a mindfulness practice of listening to what you need, and that will be exactly what needs to happen. So I'm so thankful. I want to invite a little bit of collective imagination, right? Because these trigrams that you will connect with in the meditation practice are everywhere around us. And you're going to have a unique and personal connection to each of them, right? In your own body. So if you feel comfortable putting in the chat what you think of when you hear the word heaven, or you can unmute. That's the first trigram we'll look at. And I'll show you which heaven is on here. On my heaven right here is at the top. The 3 unbroken lines. Clear skies, yes. What else when we think of heaven? Clouds, yes. And if this isn't in a Christian concept of heaven, this is the sense of all that is above us. Tao, yes, I love that. So when we meditate on heaven, please make a connection to what heaven means for you specifically, right? The next is going to be earth, which is opposite heaven, right? The three unbroken lines, three yin lines. Ooh, cosmic central, beautiful. What do we associate with earth, the planet, the soil beneath our feet? What does that mean for you? The roots were in a time of spring in the Northern Hemisphere. Ooh, seeds, new life, softness, and support. Yes, words are so powerful because they can associate meaning in our body. Rooting, receptivity. Yes, how beautiful. I love this. Wonderful. So we'll come back to that. And then we'll go to on this side. Okay, yes, this is fire. So you'll see fire has yang on the outside, but yin in the center, right? If you see how a fire needs fuel, it actually has some receptivity in the center. It can get big, but it can also shrink. So what are associations with fire? With the flames, the light, the candles? The heart. Beautiful. In Chinese medicine and Taoism, that is the association. The warmth of winter, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, we came out of the winter. The heat, brightness, even in dark places, illumination. Yes, beautiful. And then its complement on the other side, just we've got earth and heaven, fire, and the complement of fire is water. On the outside, you'll see water has yin on the outside. Water can appear unassuming, but yang within. If you've lived near the ocean, you know that riptides and the currents can be deceptively powerful, even when the surface is placid. Just as the yin of the fire isn't always apparent, the yang of the water isn't always apparent. What do we associate with water? What is your lived experience with water? Fluidity, movement, ripples and waves. Yes. And we do know like biomedicine supports the idea that our bodies are of water. All that you're seeing, these are water molecules. Most of them flow. Yes. Essential tenet of Taoism is to be like water. And Bruce Lee brought that outside of China to be a very popular phrase, flowing, clarity, and peace. Yes. Beautiful. Another water energy is over here. This is lake. And you can see again, lake has yang below and then yin above. It can seem placid, but there's this beautiful brightness and there's a joy to lake. What can you bring into your own mind? An image, a sense memory of a beautiful lake where you felt a joy, true strength in the softness of water. Yes. Deep inner reflection. Reflectivity. You can see the sky within the lake, that mirror of the microcosm, the central mirror. Beautiful. I love that. Reflection lake is metal. Yes, so here we go. This is metal. It's reflecting you. And opposite lake, hold on. Yes, opposite lake is mountain. So mountain has this yin below, maybe a lot of earth, and then a yang strength below, above it. In the trigrams, we go from the center outward. So it's, if I turn it, let me show you mountain. This is mirroring me, so I'm gonna let that go, but mountain is really grounded. What is your meaning making? What is your connection to mountain? Strength and stability, right? Not just the idea of mountains abstractly, but when you in your life have connected with mountains, even seeing mountains, stillness. And life moves so fast and there's so much stimuli nowadays. The stillness of mountain is a powerful energy. Beautiful. So yeah, mountain, healthy boundaries, right? It is not easy to climb a mountain. Height, yes. Young earth, exactly. Beautiful. I love that. So from this heaviness of mountain, then I'm going to go over here to this lightness of wind or wood. So you've got these two yang lines above a yin line. So imagine the earth and then the yang movement of wind flowing, right? So what associations do we have with wind, with breezes, with the lightness, a power that we can't see, right? Wind, we only see the effect of it. Fertility, ooh, definitely. The wind carries the seeds of possibility, that brings the dandelions spreading all over. Yes. Dancing. The wind does dance. If you've ever seen those beautiful little dervishes, when the wind gathers maybe some leaves or flowers, there's a lightness, everything changing and moving. And I think you'll be seeing already all these complementary opposites, the stillness of mountain and the brightness and lightness of wind. Lovely. And then, no, not least at all, but just last in the order we've gone, this is thunder. So again, remember that the base is the closest to the center. So we've got yang below and then yin above. And you can think of this yang line as being the sun that is rising. So what is your felt association with daybreak, with the dawn, with the illumination of a lightning bolt, awakening, renewal, sharp awakening? Yes. And both thunder and wind are, I believe, wood element energies, that energy of beginnings, of spring. And we need all of these. We need the winter. We need the spring, paying attention, breaking through into newness. There is this beginning, always re-beginning. I love that. So remember that all of this is inside of you, above us, in everyone else too. New direction. Yes, so beautiful. I love this. So I hope that was fun. It was delightful for me. We're going to go into the practice, but I'd love for you to keep on making a personal connection to these energies and remembering that they are within you and within all that is, and they are inseparable, complementary, transforming, each with their own wisdom to impart and their own lessons to teach us. Explosive plant growth, that is some thunder energy. Beautiful. So as we come into practice, find a comfortable position for yourself. You might be seated, and if so, just notice your sits bones, those wonderful bones that are in your buttocks. And notice your feet on the earth. Maybe make some adjustments to try and make sure that your feet are flat on the earth and that you're really grounded, feeling yourself rooted in that earth element, that earth trigram with 3 yin lines. And as you notice your roots and your posture, feeling yourself very, very connected, bring your attention to your spine, feeling it unfurl, long like a river, down from the yin of the earth, up, up, up to the yang of the heavens. And allow yourself to be regal with that long spine. And just notice your body, see how much you can relax. If there's any places that feel jittery or tense, see if they can let go so that all of these energies can flow through you. And you can flutter your eyes closed to be really internal and connect to your sense of these 8 energies within and without around you. And with your hands, to keep it very simple, you can keep your palms on your thighs. This helps you stay grounded, right? And there are other more complicated hand positions. If you know them, you can do them. But if this is your first Taoist meditation, a big part of Taoism is being in simplicity. So just let your hands ground you and keep you here in this moment. And then bring your awareness just to your breath, natural meditation, not judging it, not trying to change it, but just observing, there's my breath. And bring your awareness into the area below your belly button. This is a lower elixir field or energy center. Just notice what you feel and experience in this area for at least one breath. And on the next breath, bring your awareness into your heart area between the breasts, below the clavicle. Notice that area, just bringing awareness. And on the next breath, bring your awareness into your head. All of this space behind your eyes, between your ears. Notice what you feel and experience within the crown of you, which is an upper energy center. For at least one breath. And in this upper elixir field, bring awareness to a point a little bit above the center between your eyebrows, often thought of as the third eye. And notice that part of you, sometimes called in the Ni lineage a crystal palace or a heavenly eye point. And what do those beautiful phrases crystallize for you? And as you bring awareness to that point, you become aware of a bridge of light connecting you specifically, across the cosmos to the North Star. Feel Polaris beaming its light all the way across the light years to you in particular. And allow the benevolence of the bright, white, perfectly balanced light to enter through the heavenly eye. You don't have to force it. It is only an act of allowing and consenting to let this starlight be part of your life. And it just wants to serve and support your most full flourishing. So I invite you to allow this starlight to fill, bathe, and permeate the crown of your head, the meninges, your brain, your eyes and ears, all of the space of your skull. Simply letting the light fill you. And it pours down the neck, past the thyroid, the wonderful throat, into your chest cavity. Allow the North Star's light to fill, bathe, and permeate the area where your heart lives, where your lungs give you oxygen. Simply allowing and permitting this Polaris light, which only wants to help, to bathe your center, your central Dantian or energy center. And let that light spill further down into your entire abdomen along the stomach, spleen, large intestine, pancreas, liver, gallbladder, the kidneys and adrenals, the reproductive organs. Everything is suffused with that light, which overflows down your extremities until this guiding light permeates your entire being. You simply feel this oneness and connectedness to the source of spiritual essence. And just be here for a few breaths with relaxed intent, not forcing or worrying about whether or not thoughts come. That is what they do. And it is okay. There's no need to judge. Every time that you return to awareness is a wonderful, glorious victory. And it is a practice. We keep coming back. In this allowing, you can practice letting go of any lingering energy that doesn't serve you by allowing an ethereal, energetic rain to wash over and through you in just the right temperature, exactly what you prefer in this moment. Washing through you and releasing into the earth. The earth is amazing at transforming waste into new life. Allow your senses and awareness to awaken, receptive to the divine guidance inherent in nature, which means also in your nature. We will integrate the 8 aspects of the I Ching Bagua, or 8 trigrams, in an experiential way, honoring universal divine nature within you. The first is heaven, 3 yang lines. Sky. See and feel the vastness of the sky, the horizon, the clarity that we gain from the light of heavenly bodies like the sun, moon, and stars. The clarity of the sky can vary depending on the weather, and this is natural. Connect to your embodied memory of skies that you specifically have gazed up into. Not the idea of sky, but sky in your life. And as you drop into that awareness of sky connected to you personally, you sense the same vastness of heaven within your own being. You might perceive this as a clarity in your mind, a lightness of your spirit, a brightness and expansiveness within you, in your own body and in your own being. Feeling that sky above and within you, you cannot ignore its complement. The bowl of the sky is anchored in the earth. The central force, receptivity, nourishing and supportive. Experience the earth's energy below you, stable and compassionate. Notice how the earth is there for you unconditionally, with tenderness and care every moment of every day. Relax into the gravity that cradles you to the earth, never too strongly, so you're never smushed, and never holding you so loosely that you might drift away into space. Really perceive the grounding energy of earth and the specific earth that is below you right now. Perceiving your connection to the earth, which has nourished you from birth to this moment, and all of the ancestors who are buried in the soil, all of the people who have tended and lived upon the earth and known the earth across all time and space, honoring the ancestors of the land that is supporting you. The earth gives and also can receive. Seeds plant within the earth, and all the weather is given into the earth. Notice that exact same earth energy within your own body, feeling grounded, rooted, and in harmony with this planet. Aware of how gravity is at work within your own body, perceiving your capacity to receive and to give in compassion, but with that right size of not holding too tight or too loose, knowing how to nourish, support, and receive yourself first. And on that earth, you notice a brightness, fire. The strength of fire is in its focus. When fire is focused, it can warm the home, cook our food, and light a night. Bring to your awareness the manifestations of fire in a cozy home hearth, or the fire that flows through the wires that are connecting us across miles. Remember the ways that fire has taken care of you in the last warm meal that you ate. If you have been cold, the central heating that brought you warmth. And feel how that fire from outside of you supported your inner fire. Perceiving the warmth in your belly, in your breath, and in your heart, the palms of your hands. Aware of the steadiness of your inner warmth, and allowing it to be focused into a bright candle flame that lights your awareness with creativity, inspiration, and an upward moving energy that can balance out a depression. Maybe cradle that fire, see how you can protect it from the winds, and feed it so that it can light up your life and inspire others. Feel that energy of fire as your inner passion and compassion coming into focus. And I hope it makes you smile. The energy of fire is the emotion of joy. And that brightness illuminates and sparkles off of the surface of water. Flow. 2 yin lines around a yang line. Water that flows will never decay. Sacred texts in Yoruba land and in the I Ching and Taoist texts teach us the power of water flowing. It is gentle and yet powerful enough to carve into stone, to create the great Grand Canyon, to overcome enormous obstacles. Open your awareness to the oceans that cover our planet, the place where all life on this planet began, where the waves reflect the moonlight and circulate the water in perfect rhythm, tides reaching towards the land and kissing the shores. What body of water, what ocean do you remember particularly in your body? Sense the same vastness of waters flowing within you as your heart is beating, circulating your blood and your lymph, the hormones of your endocrine system circulating in a divine natural rhythm, just as the tides and the currents of the waves. Your eyes, nose, and mouth persist in producing life-supporting moisture. And deep within your bones is marrow, also a fluid. Perceive within your own body the energy of vast waters that flow naturally, not with control, not with forcing, but just as the tides do. And across the horizon of this glorious ocean, a bright light, the sun is breaking over the ocean, and light starts to dapple the waters. Thunder, awakening, a yang line beneath two yin lines. Thunder is the awakening force of the sunrise. Bring to your awareness the experience of a dawn that you know, that you have seen in a place that you know and love, the beams of light breaking through the blue stillness of light. Thunder energy is a beautiful daybreak, allowing light into the expanse, which had been in darkness, whether the expanse is the land or your inner awareness of being. Sense profound thunder within yourself, an energy awakening beyond normal awareness into higher levels of consciousness. Feel your energy lifting upward as mist clears and sunlight breaks through. Illumination, sudden clarity from slumber into consciousness. And then balancing that thunderbolt, the calmness of a lake. Reflection. One yin line above two yang lines. Tui. Allow your inner eye to remember a lake, a body of fresh water that you know, that you have a relationship with. The deep openings in the earth naturally gather waters, perfect for reflecting all within view. Water collects in the low spaces of our earth with an inherent promise of nourishment. Feel the presence of that calm, clean, fresh lake, reflecting the sky, mountains, everything around it. And sense within your own body your openness to deepening, your willingness to reflect. Where within your being do you find nourishing reflection? In your heart space, perhaps? In the quietness when you close your eyes? And be with that reflection. And across this sweet, beautiful lake, ripples began to dance. A breeze has come, carrying with it dandelion seeds, carrying with it birds that are riding its wonderful pillars of air. The wind is here, two yang lines above a yin line. The wind in the trees and flowers facilitates pollination and health through movement. The bamboo that bends in the wind does not break. Wind is a teacher of flexibility, gentleness, and movement. Feel the energy and playfulness of wind, like a kite is lifted ever higher, leaves shifting and the light behind them dancing, creating patterns on the forest floor. The playfulness of a breeze that picks up leaves and swirls them in spirals. Feel that wind within yourself as your own flexibility and movement. Sense the places of your body that long to dance, the places in your spirit that feel called to move. As you engage with the movement, the change, the transformation that is always in process. Where is your dance in your own body? And maybe if your body wants to dance, make a commitment to yourself. I'm going to make time to dance later today, if that's possible. And to balance that movement so it's grounded, so that it doesn't get into excess and become a tornado, come to awareness of how the wind is blowing towards a mountain, carrying that butterfly energy till the butterfly lands on a lovely quartz rock on a mountain. And notice which mountain surfaces in your own awareness, a mountain that you know, that you have a relationship with, that embodies the dignity and stillness, the regal, calm presence of an ancient one that has lived through millennia. And how that stillness is still full of bustling life. That stillness is what makes possible all the other beings that live on a mountain, the trees, the plants, the chipmunks, all being held by the stable, safe, and majestic nature of the mountain. Expand your vision from that one mountain to a mountain range that stretches as far as the horizon and also across the space-time continuum, embodying stillness for thousands of years. Two yin lines grounded and supporting one yang line. Perceive the stillness within yourself, feeling how you can remain still, content, and peaceful without rushing into the next moment. Really feel your enoughness, how the mountain teaches through its stillness that the mountain is complete and you are also complete as you are. Rest in stillness. Like hibernation, stillness is necessary for natural, nourishing replenishment. The mountain holds its boundaries. It looks a bit like a gate. The mountain does not move from its center. What does that mean in your body? Where does stillness well up and emerge from the inside out, even when external stimuli is pushing for movement and productivity? Where is your stillness? And bring your awareness to your forehead, to that point where a bridge of light has been connecting you to the North Star across the cosmos. Returning your attention back within your head, your crown, and then returning your attention into your heart space, a central energy center, and further down this river of your spine to the energy center below your belly button, gathering and storing the vitality and the wisdom, the opposite complements of these 8 great teachers in your lower battery. You might feel a bright light there, and you also might not, and that's okay. When you're ready, you'll rub your hands together to create some warmth. Placing your cupped palms, if your hands are clean, to your eyes. Making chi. Our hands have the meridians of fire and gold or metal. They are alchemy tools. Making chi and cupping over your eyes and inhaling that warmth through your eyes. Creating some more chi. And inhaling that warmth into your center. And one last time. Waking yourself up. Our hun, our ethereal soul, sometimes wanders out through the eyes. So we want to remind it to come back home. Inhaling. You can, if you like, massage your eyes with this beautiful knuckle of your thumb up along the eyebrows and below the cavity of the eyes. There's some wonderful acupressure points that this is awakening and giving attention to. You can use this same tool right here between the edge of your eyebrow and your hairline. Do some circles in multiples of 3. You could do up to 36, just 9, just 3. This is Tai Yang point. It's a good point, if that doesn't mean anything to you. Open your eyes if you haven't already, and make 3 circles in each direction to open your eyes, like you're rolling your eyes at something. Just to come back to your moment if you're going to drive or cook or something. Swish your tongue around your mouth to generate lots of saliva, which is a jade or golden elixir. Maybe bite down on the teeth a few times, like 3 times. And swallow the saliva with an intention of this jade or golden elixir going down to this point below your belly, storing vitality below your belly button in the lower abdomen. Storing this vitality for the future. And feel wide awake, ready to re-engage with your world. And I hope that practice was a wonderful experience for you. I'm open to hear feedback, but thank you for practicing with me today. Yeah, you don't have to. If you want to, I can put like my